is the E55 from Sigma. It's a shader brush, and we're going here into the highlighter color. You can go into this highlighter, but I like the actual eye highlighter color. I think that was a burp that just came out, so forgive me. I'm not quite sure why that was a loud little burp. I guess because it wanted to be a burp and my mouth was open. So we're going under the brow, one good pass where you're pressing it, and then back and forth just a little, and then out here a little, and then in here, and definitely on the inner corner. Whoops, I was on the wrong side of the brush there. So now we'll get this side of the brush. Right there in the inner corner, straight up and down. And it gets the top and the bottom of the inner corner. And then lightly go over. Oh, it depends on what you want. I'm going to go over twice. The lid. And just kind of put that color around the edges. And what that does is kind of just bring a brightness to the eyes. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Straight up and down. Make sure you're getting this little nose bone area so that it wakes that area up. And over the eye. Yep, I'm running low on this. That's why I'm not happy that they are sold out, because I have a funny feeling they're not getting it back in. It's going to really make me mad if she does that. I'll be like, Charlotte, you're losing speed, honey. When you have a hero product, you stay stocked. I don't get why this happens. It's sort of like with I don't know if it's a British thing, because it's the same thing with the Strathberry. Yeah, the purses, they would just be out. It's like, okay, are they why are you out of something that's your best-selling stuff? I don't get it. It's bad production manager or bad buying. I don't know. So an E50 fluffy brush, and we're going to this middle kind of mushroom color, because that is the color I'm wearing. And because it's the color I'm wearing, I may go a little heavy with this. It is transition color, so it goes in the crease right under the brow where I just was, and then you come from the outside, not past it, right, just right on the edge of the lid, and just come in. And down. Precious color, alright. Right under the front of the brow, right under the brow, right at the end of the lid, and come in. You don't want to go out here, just right here to the end. And all you're doing is darkening that and transitioning right under the brow. That's all this color is for. But I am kind of going heavy on it because it's the perfect color for this shirt. I am now going to take a E45. You would think I would know what these are because I use the same ones every single day. But anyway, then I'm going in the brown color right here. And because it's tapered, I'm rolling it so that all the short and the long. And I'm going just in the crease, so I'm going to put down out here, and then I'm actually going to look up a little so this skim will grab that and keep that dark color in the crease, because I'm really actually wanting to protect the color above it this time because it goes with my shirt. Then I'm going to turn the brush and come out in, out in, out in this outer V area. Then blend it again. And all that does is add some depth. Actually, I think that's going to have to come up a little bit because I'm poochy there again. I don't think that it is just that skin disorder. I think there's a pooch in there. I don't know, maybe it's fat. I don't know. Right? And you can also, if you want to make it stronger, twirl in a circle without lifting the tip, and it just deposits more color. See how it did that? So again, twirl in a circle without lifting the tip, and see how it just deposits. What it's doing is cleaning the brush off on your eye. Okay, and now we're going to take, last brush is an E20. I know that one. I wet it. And what we're going to do is go back into that dark color, and we're going to do the lash line. Underneath, it just reinforces it. Then I'm going to stamp what's left over in the lash line above, and all that does is just kind of hide any fleshy colors. I mean, any flesh in between, so that it's a darker look. It just reinforces the lash. A darker lash line. And again, stamp, 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 and little dashes. You can go backward and forward, like come from the back forward, and if you feel like you may miss some, come from the forward back. And then you can also go through the brow with this color, and it just reinforces the brow. Or this particular brush is defined enough that you could actually build the brow with this. You really can. So I'm going to go through the brow and force the brow like this. There we go. I'm actually building the brow at this point because this needs a little more work on this side. And I'm going to reinforce the front of the brow hairs because they're thinning out. Everything's nicely thinning, yes. It's ridiculous. Okay. It's hard to tell when you're done with brows, y'all. That's why one of the products I do carry in my purse is a brow pen, because it is not one of those good things for you to say, you know, there's a time for being done. Remember how I tell y'all that with liner and lipstick and all that sort of stuff? That's not true with brows. There's nothing worse than to get to work and see one brow up and one brow down, or one brow really thick and the other one not. So I always carry one of these in my purse. It has both a brush and a brow in case you really have got to fix something there. So, all right, so then we're going to blend. And all you do is blend lines away right there in the front, right underneath right here where you had your transition. And then this edge, just blend it out a little. Right in the front, right there, where it comes together, and then right on the edge. So there's just no lines. You don't want to blend all the colors together. You just want to blend the lines away. And that is the quick face, or as she calls it, instant look in a palette. Sounds much better, doesn't it? This is an Old Faithful. I absolutely love this product. I just wish she'd get it back in stock. I'm not happy at all that she's out. It's like, just plan better, buyers. Plan better. Okay, and then I need to wipe that off. Okay, so now before, this is the key, before we do our liner, we're going to do the eyelash curling before, because otherwise if you do it afterwards, it will take the liner right back off. And I'm using, again, my trusty Charlotte Tilbury eyelash curler, which I absolutely adore, because it's a little bit longer and it's a little bit wider, and it gets more lashes at a time. And then I'm going to be using, I think I put it in my purse. I don't know. What should I use? I'll probably use my Rocket Volume Express from Maybelline. I love it. Remember, you just lay the metal down on the lid and push a little bit and up pop those lashes, and you clamp. And the first clamp, it's a nice good hard clamp. I bounce it a little bit, keep pressure on it. That takes it from just straight out lashes to up, which is in the L position. And then when you come back, you can let it out a little bit, just a little to the ends, and curl back towards the crease or the socket. And what that does is take the L position lash and curls it back. You're taking it and you're curling it back. You don't have to do that. It's just what I do. You can do more than one pass. I'm coming out a little bit. You can do a little more. By the way you can tell is when you clamp down, you feel it's a little too close to the lash line where the lid is, and you need to get further away from it, because you're kind of curling mid to tip ends towards the socket. That's what you're doing. But also when you go over it twice, you may get things in a little bit better position, because just one clamp is kind of one, you know, crimping. You're basically crimping. People say you're curling. You're crimping them. You're mashing with pressure and just crimping the shape. And the first pass may be not quite as, maybe you didn't get every single lash, or you just may want to mess the line up so it's not just one, but maybe now it's like, and it kind of looks better. Okay, and then what do? You always, always, always wipe off your eyelash curler, or it will build up, and that will cause your eyelashes to come out, especially if you use waterproof makeup, because there's always some, even though I've cleaned my eyes a million times, and I will come back and see a little bit, just a tiny bit, no matter how good I do a job of cleaning my eyes, there will be a residue of sorts. And so now I'm going to use the lash. This is the, what am I trying to say? This is the felt pen side. Right there, as you can see. You know, this ring right there I like so much because it looks like a cigar band. It reminds me of the Unsinkable Molly Brown movie. I bet y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Where they're very poor and he wants to marry her, so he takes the band off his cigar and puts it on her finger as an engagement ring. And then they end up, I think it's gambling. I can't remember how they got rich, but she's unsinkable because she made it through the Titanic. And the same thing had happened to her when she was a baby, I think. That's what they kind of implied, that she'd twice been through a situation that the boat sank, but she didn't drown. There, okay. So you see that's a little bit thicker than my usual, what am I trying to say? DHC. And it's because this is almost like a felt tip pen. It has no give, so you have to be really careful making your line. As you see, I'm almost laying it flat. And it's not nearly as smooth, the dashes aren't. So you have to kind of use the tip end if you're trying to do closer up front. And then you can, you know, mash down a little harder or use the back end. I need to connect that better. There we go. Yep. That is where you say, good enough. Okay, and then I have had my mascara. I set it between my knees because it's warm between your legs and it just helps warm the mascara. Or you could put it under your armpit, just anywhere that's warm in your body where, you know, it's a fold in the skin and it's just warmer, a little bit warmer. And I just realized I had